Law Simplified with Justice, the new informative, educative, and thought-provoking program is what you need to keep abreast with law and politics. This exciting and truly refreshing program is anchored by Justice Maduforo, a solicitor.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a soul-searching discussion here with my colleague. We've been dissecting sole responsibility under the immigration rule, those under 18 and those above 18 years of age as well.
Law Simplified with Justice understands that law is a powerful driver to human behavior. It is therefore poised to simplify the law and get you to take action.
Bring it to your doorstep and simplify it the way that you will understand.
Contact Justice by calling 07931 727 597 or email lawsimplifiedwithjustice@yahoo.co.uk. Law Simplified with Justice, bringing the best to the audience.
Now, you know, as I do it on this program, not only do I practice in immigration law, I practice in criminal law and also contract and employment law as well. I've assisted several people to make sure that they have the right advice in areas of employment law, areas of criminal law, areas of immigration law, and contracts as well. I'm a duty solicitor and approved and registered by the Legal Service Commission to offer free legal advice to suspects arrested at the police station. These are also part of things. It's a one-stop shop for you. Take the number, put it down. If you don't need it, somebody else will need it. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, I'll move on now to discuss the other aspect which we are dealing with. As I did say, the lines are open. You may call me for your opinion, for questions, and I will give my opinion based on that. But I will not give legal advice over the telephone, over the TV. That you have to come to the office, book an appointment to see me, so that I can take detailed, individualistic information from you as it pertains to you and advise you accordingly. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I was saying earlier on, how can you now retain this? I've gone from the marriage. Now, for the child, now there's a new case law that says that even a parent of a child who is a citizen of the EU, be it United Kingdom, be it Holland, be it France, be it Germany, be it all the countries that within the EU, the parents can have the right to work in this country. Isn't it amazing? Some of you don't know that. That is when you seek proper legal advice, you understand. If your child is a citizen of Ireland, of Germany, or any part of the country, the law provides that you have the right. Now, the case law of the European Court of Justice have ordered, and the judgment have delivered that you as a parent can have the right through and obtain that right to remain in UK and work as well through your child. Now, there are certain things we need to do. That's why this program is very interesting, because you get to know the recent cases that applies to you. Whatever your situation, whatever how complicated it is, you have to book an appointment, just a phone call, come to the office. I will untangle that complication and then advise you as it is, so that you will know and stand your ground, to know that even if you didn't take that action, then you have taken the right decision because you have got the right information. Ladies and gentlemen, as I did say, I was saying earlier on, there are still quite a lot of things that people see, don't understand in respect to those issues. Now, those of them who have obtained the right of residence through the family members. Now, a child, a father of a non-citizen father, a non-EEA father, can also obtain the right, as I did say, from a child who is here. There are conditions anyway. Those conditions is what you need to understand as to whether you fit in those conditions that enables you as a father, a non-EEA father or parents of this child who is a citizen, to obtain the right to live and work in the United Kingdom. So there's quite a lot of loaded things. Immigration law is dynamic. Immigration law is flexible. It is not rigid. It flows about, because we have the Human Rights Act as a part of the ingredient to work with in immigration laws. We have other articles which has been enacted by the UKBA, which is United Kingdom Border Agency, and by the Home Office articles as well, that have enabled us and case laws in order to deal with issues. That's why immigration law is so. So don't sit there and say, I have no right, I've got no help. What you need is just to take a step, a phone call, that you can see that you actually been sitting on the right which you never knew of. But only what you need to do is to pay for the consultation to get well-tailored advice. And that is why I'm here. Take the number on the screen. I'm here to assist you. I'm here to do the work for you. Call me on the phone should you have any issues. Ladies and gentlemen, I decided to look you straight into the TV, into the screen, to speak to you about this issue, because 55 or 58% of cases I've dealt with pertaining to those issues have to do with a lot of people who have lost their retained right of residence as a result of one issue or the other. Now, as I said also, if your EEA national member dies, you can retain your right of residence. If your EEA member leaves back to another country, you can retain your right of residence and carry on. So because the law expects you, not just in as much as the rule is that you follow your EEA national wherever he goes, but at certain times you have fulfilled certain conditions that are necessary for you to remain in the United Kingdom, and then you will plug in through that to retain your right of residence in the United Kingdom without you following your EEA national to wherever he goes, or if he decides to leave the United Kingdom. It's very interesting, isn't it, to know that you can retain that and to know that you do it well. In as much as you may know that you can retain your right of residence, as I said, immigration law is dynamic. It only takes a couple of money you spend to get the right advice, and you be rest assured that your steps you've taken is the right one, which is important. As I said, it's very dynamic. The tribunal can make a decision today that can change the whole thing. The upper tribunal can make a decision today. The High Court, the Court of Appeal, the House of Lords can make a decision today. A pronouncement may change what you think you know. But because I'm a practitioner in this game, I understand and I follow and track it when there are such changes to know how to advise you accordingly so that you know that you're on the right track. Some cases, a lot of people flood with a lot of information that probably don't exist. It amazes me when people talk about things that don't exist and references to people who have done this and have done that and have done that, have succeeded that. Probably they're not giving you the right information that you need or full details of what they've done before that. And if you peddle it, you are towing the wrong side. And once you start on this step, you just get carried away and you deflate. You're out of track. So it's important that you seek out from those practitioners who stays on track, tracking this case laws, tracking this amendment, tracking these repeals. That is what I do. That is why I'm bold to come to this television and to look at and tell you exactly what the law says and bring you up to think about the law and know how best it can assist you. As I did say, I am a specialist in immigration, employment, and criminal law, and it is a one-stop shop for you. Not only will I prepare your application, advise you, I will advise you, I'll prepare the application, I will lodge the application. If it's refused, I will attend and conduct advocacy myself. And so isn't it wonderful that you have all in one place without going elsewhere? And you'll be kept informed of your case, kept informed of your progress of your matter, and you'll be satisfied of the silence you get. Just a phone call. Call me after the show. I'll get it to the office, and we'll take a detailed instruction from you and advise you. And then thereafter, we will keep you informed. I'll keep you informed of the progress of your case, and we'll carry it on from there. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I did say, you retain your right of residence, and then you apply for your permanent residence. Afterwards, you will now apply, you're eligible to apply for naturalization to naturalize as a British citizen in the United Kingdom. After the naturalization process, then you now go to getting yourself becoming a citizen, having been sworn in court. So, ladies and gentlemen, so this are in the registry, I mean to say. So, these are the things you need to understand. There are steps. The probationary period is just the beginning. It is not the end. A lot of people get carried away. And as a result of that, I see a lot of shocking statistics of quite a lot of way people have lost what they have held in their hands. Now, the first is obtaining. Second is retaining. It's important. And the rest is history. Because once you've obtained, it's easy to obtain that to some extent. Not quite easy, but if you have to fulfill the ingredients and the requirements. Second is retaining, which is why I brought this topic. I didn't choose to talk about the application itself. Obviously, you may want me to make the application for you and then advise you on how you need to retain as you go on. It's important. So at any time you feel that the track is going off track or the train is going off track, then you can ask and say, it's going off track. You get advice and you're back on track again. You keep it on track within 5 years and there you go. So it's important. A lot of people have lost it. People have these difficulties. It's important to know how best can I deal with this, rather than sitting down there and obviously getting carried away or forgetting that you only have a probationary period which you have to be on top of your game. It's only the beginning part. It's only the beginning part. The advice you get will be a solid foundation that can be laid in any form and anywhere at all you want to make the next application to proceed from there. These are the position. Can you also apply to retain right of residence if you have a child who is non-EEA? This is also another area people look at. You may have, but you may have to seek that advice. And I will get a detailed instruction from you in your circumstance as well, in order to address the issues and point. So most of you have 5 years probationary residence, which is the residence card issued, but your child, probably you've had prior to marrying an EU national, don't have. Can that join you? It's possible, yes. The issue is about there are requirements that are needed to be fulfilled. But if you don't seek advice and properly to harness this, you get it wrong. And there also is conflicting information people put in the application form to start with when they made the application for 5 years probationary period, which is they granted 5 years, but the details they put in there for some reason don't match when they are now making application for permanent residence. So these are very few things that get off track, and because the Home Office particularly about details and consistency of information, and once information derails, you derail your application yourself. It's amazing how people do that. And at the end of the day, they end up probably blaming someone else. But you don't want to blame somebody else. You want to get your application sorted out once and for all. And that's why I'm here, to ensure that I get you the right advice when you take the step first. It's only when you meet the right person that you will have the right advice, and then you can proceed to the next step that you are, and now get the right things sorted out as you go along the way.
Law Simplified with Justice, the new informative, educative, and thought-provoking program is what you need to keep abreast with law and politics. This exciting and truly refreshing program is anchored by Justice Maduforo, a solicitor.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a soul-searching discussion here with my colleague. We've been dissecting sole responsibility under the immigration rule, those under 18 and those above 18 years of age as well.
Law Simplified with Justice understands that law is a powerful driver to human behavior. It is therefore poised to simplify the law and get you to take action.
We'll bring it to your doorstep and simplify the way that you will understand.
Contact Justice by calling 07931 727 597 or email lawsimplifiedwithjustice@yahoo.co.uk. Law Simplified with Justice, bringing the best to the